Hey guys, so as I sit here today, I've got to come and get something off my chest because recently I put up a video of something that I thought was kind of a fun thing, this worship Gangnam style. You know, Gangnam's been this kind of a weird deal that's taken the internet by storm. And I thought it was kind of clever how this one church that's called the Church of the Blades put this into a worship set that they did, and they did it as a secular piece that kind of kicked off a series that they were doing, and they did it in a unique way. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is that this particular church has a particular set of demographics within their community that this type of music works for. Is it for everybody? No. And I hesitated as I began to put this video up on Got Worship because I knew that there's going to be a couple of people that may say, that's not reverent, that's not holy, and that doesn't need to be there. What I didn't know is that I was going to get basically bombarded with people sending emails about how, these aren't things that I need to be portraying. We've had a long time problem with the commenting system on God Worship with it not properly posting comments. So unfortunately, that means that I get a lot of emails about things from people that want to voice their opinion. So bear with me a moment. And just allow me the liberty to comment to those who routinely watch those types of videos and you say, oh, that's done in a church. Oh, that doesn't apply to God. That's bad. And we need to slap the hands. Stop. For one thing, David himself made a lot of songs that were simply songs about his everyday life. They weren't churchy. Yet we view them all as churchy because they're in this little book called Psalms. Now, would I myself do most of these secular songs in my church? No, because they don't relate to the people in our congregation. But you see, that's the key. Most of these videos that we see in secular music in a church, it's because they fit that demographic. Is it really going to bother you if the church does a secular song on a Sunday morning to augment a sermon illustration, or heaven forbid, because people relate to it? Or are you seriously going to be repulsed by the same music in the church that you're about to listen to once you leave the doors and get in your car to hear that and worse on a radio? Seriously. You've got more important things to do with your walk and love than to spend time criticizing the church who's trying to love on people. Perhaps, maybe more time spent outside the walls of the church actually loving on people. You see, I dare say if Jesus were to walk up to a group of people on the street right now who are listening to some secular music, he wouldn't say stop. Now, before I show you the love in word, show me that you love me by turning on the music of Hillsong or the best of Stephen Curtis Chapman. You see, we take such a fuss over what we do or say in a building, and we won't mirror those same actions outside of a building. We insist that it's only hymns or church music that should be sung, and then we get in our cars and we listen to songs that we've been gasped at to be played at church. We have a fit if our pastor said one word with 4 letters from the pulpit, yet many of you are going to let 6 of them fly whenever you're trying to find a parking spot for the morning service. We'll complain that the church shouldn't spend so much money on needless lights and sound equipment and video screens, and instead spend the money on the poor. But we'll drop a 10 in the offering plate just to make ourselves feel better for our own self-worth, and then we'll go out and drop $1,000 on a flat panel TV for our own house while your neighbor who's without a job starves. Stop. I can promise you, you can raise more people up when you put down the stones that are weighing down your hands. So now allow me to gently place mine down and offer you a hug.